Chris Melling, well, with me in the studio for this one to guide us through it is the England team captain, Lee Kendall. Lee, how do you see it going?
Well, I think it should be a close match. You've got two previous world champions and obviously a current world champion as well. Two finals before they've played, Jason has not done too well against Chris, but it should be closer tonight with it being a world title.
They're good friends off the table as well. Does that make it more difficult?
Not really, because it is a world title, and I don't think there'll be too much problem trying to put that final black for them.
OK, let's have a look at Jason Twist's stats and his route through to the final. It's been a tough battle.
Yes, he's not been on top form, but he's still a quality player. He's recently won a pro event. He's had a close match with Gareth there and an even closer match with Phil Harrison, but I'm sure he'll be mentally prepared for this match tonight. OK, well, Alan Hughes is with Jason Twist. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, Mark, I've got Jason Twist here with me, appearing in his fourth world final. Have you had a relaxing day?
Yeah, I have really, Alan, because I've had a bad back recently, and so I've just spent the day with my friends and my family and that, and been relaxing on my bed and having a bath and a soak and seeing if I can sort my back out, really, for tonight's match.
Any thoughts about tonight's match?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very attacking game. Chris is a brilliant player, very good snooker player as well, so I've just got to try and keep him under control, really.
Jason Twist, we wish you all the very best this evening. Thank you very much. Thank you.
He actually looks very calm indeed, Lee. He's been nervous in his previous matches.
I think he's happy to get to the final. He knows he's got a very, very tough match with Chris Melling, and for once, he's a second favourite.
In many ways he is. Let's have a look at Chris Melling's route to the final then. It's been, well, I was going to say slightly easier, but his semi-final, what a tough match that was.
Well, his semi-final, 10-9, great match. Steve Munro had a great chance to win it, blew it, and all of a sudden Chris comes in, dishes up, and he's got a great chance of winning the title now.
Absolutely. Well, let's hear how Chris is feeling.
Well, we've got Chris Melling here, and Chris, your thoughts about tonight's match, and tell me, have you got over last night's great battle yet?
Well, just about. It took me all the way to the wire, and fortunate enough for me, Steve made a mistake and I capitalised, which I'm very glad he did make that mistake, but I played well, you know. Hopefully I'll play well tonight, and tonight should be a good game.
Did you go and have a drink last night, or did you have an early night?
I just had a couple and then I went to bed. I thought, get an early night, get my head right for tonight.
Well, Chris Melling, all the very best for this evening's final. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Once again, also looks very relaxed. When you win a match like he did in his semi-final, how much of a confidence boost does that give you?
Well, he's just going to be relieved. He was expected to win the match quite easily, and when it's gone 10-9, he's going to be thinking, I'm lucky to be in the final, so here, it could be a total different match. He might come and do the same match he did with Keith Brewer and blow Jason away.
Absolutely. We talk about relief. We can show you now the look of relief on his face when he finally won that match against Stephen Munro. The first sign of emotion he showed throughout the whole match.
Yeah, he looked very confident all the way through, and all of a sudden, all the emotion comes out. What a relief chap he was.
He was so impressive against Keith Brewer. He blew Keith Brewer away. That was such a tough match. On the whole, though, he's played extremely well. In contrast, Jason Twist, for me, has struggled just a little. We'll show you a couple of the shots that Twist has missed in this tournament.
Yes, he's got a black down the bottom cushion, overcuts it, misses it, and shows just a little bit of nerves. Again, he comes off the rail, just misses a black, a little bit more unlucky on that shot, but just shows to show he is infallible.
It's a strange situation, isn't it? The reigning world champion and a man that is bidding to create history by successfully defending it is second favourite. To me, that does not make sense.
Oh, it's crazy, but it's just the ability that people believe that Chris Melling has got. A great, fast player, and he can run the frames off like that, and that's why they put him favourite.
Now, do you agree with that, don't you?
I totally agree with this. I mean, they've played in two finals before this, and Chris has blown him away, so he's got to be the paper favourite.
There's something in my mind, though. I'm thinking to myself, Jason Twist is back in the final, and up to now, he's only played 70%. Is that fair?
It's a fair comment, but when you come to the final, you've got to bring your A game, and if he doesn't, he'll get bit.
What do you think Jason Twist has to do if he's to tame Melling tonight?
He's got to break well. That's the most important thing, break well.
And we know that Melling has probably got the best break in the world. You alluded to the fact that it's a bigger table, it's an 8-foot table, and that plays into Melling's hands.
Yes, I mean, they both got a snooker background, but Chris has played it to a higher level on the faster cloth, and you've got to say, if he gets that cue ball where he wants it all night, there's no taking it off him.
It's going to be a tremendous match. Another packed house for the introductions. I'll hand you to our MC, Mr. Alan Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the finalists. And first, a multi-talented young star whose devil-may-care, cavalier-like approach has earned him an army of fans, and the man they call the magician has turned on all that magic to win a final place. Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome the year 2001 Embassy World Champion, Chris Melling. And, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, rock solid in every department, who had a remarkable year, winning nearly everything the game has offered. And the Tornado is sure to be totally prepared for tonight's titanic encounter. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion awaits. Will you welcome the defending Embassy World Champion, Jason Twist.
There have only ever been 2 world champions in the 21st century,
Chris Melling
and they're both here on center stage. Chris Melling and Jason Twist, the number 1 and number 3 seeds respectively. And it's the number 3 Melling to break off in this best of 21 Embassy World Final. Now, will this be an indication of things to come? Another look at it, nothing down. Melling, renowned for having the big break. You'll have to sort that out. Very happy to be joined, as more times than not, by the basher himself, Tony Holgate, but Lisa Quick graces our presence in the comm box for this men's final. And Lisa, how long will it take these players to settle into this final?
I'm not too sure. I think this has the makings of being one of the best finals we could ever see, so I'm hoping it will live up to it. I really wouldn't like to predict it. I know Chris has been playing so well, but Jason's, you know, been in the final a few years. He's won it a few times, and I think it could be a really close match.
Well, I think Jason Twist done well to still be in the tournament with his bad back he's had throughout. Twisted vertebrae, we're told. With a Tornado negotiating that long pot into the top left-hand corner.
Yes, early signs. Jason seeing the ball very well. You can knock in long yellows like that. And like that.
Just landed a bit awkwardly there, Jason. You have to be bridging over the 2 yellows that are on the right-hand side of the table.
Lisa, I'd very much like to thank you for joining us in here to lend some of your expertise and certainly a different perspective. Tony, I know you've been in the men's final, but only once. And Lisa, you're a 2-time world champion.
Yeah, but women's pool's rubbish, Jim, as everybody knows. No, I'm only joking. A very talented player is Lisa, as is all the lady players, but what a foul there from Jason Twist. He tried to be a bit cute there. So Lisa, what was it like in the final then? Did
well,
you can't really, well, it's hard to say you enjoyed it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. It's great to be out there. I was lucky to get to the final, I think, really. I haven't played my best pool through the tournament, but having got there, I was disappointed. I really fancied it. I really thought I had a chance of winning, and didn't take my chances early on.
It is about taking your early chances, and that's what Chris Melling is looking to do here. He's got 2 visits on the 8, with the foul having been committed, but chances are he isn't going to need them, and he isn't, and that's just how quick the magician can slot frames on his side of the scoreboard. 1-0, Chris Melling over Jason Twist, the holder. Well, the foul from Jason Twist coming in. The early frames, obviously nerves play a major role, but this long yellow, when it eluded him, it came back to haunt him by knocking that red into the side pocket.
Yeah, it looked to me like he tried to borrow a bit of pocket there, Jim. Caught the far side of the jaw. And I know the big pockets out there, but they're not that big, Jason.
Charlie, 1 frame to 0.
He won this very event in 2000 and last year in 2002. In between, he sandwiched Chris Melling's victory in this event. But he's got a ball off the break.
Yellow ball potted.
As you see, the break shot, as we've said before, is the most important shot in the entire game of pool, really. Elisa, do you spend a lot of time working on your break before the big tournaments?
No, I think I should have done. Couldn't get a ball in off the break today. They were going everywhere and just couldn't guarantee one down. But we both struggled with the break off. I think on this table it's a little bit difficult. It's not the same as your 7-foot pub tables. And I think you do need to master a break.
At the moment, Jason Twist showing why he's the defending champion. He smoothly goes through these yellow balls. He's just sending out a little message to Chris Melling that if you're going to try and take my title, you're in for one heck of a fight.
And no player has ever won the World Championship in a defense. And Twist is fit for the battle here. 1-1 in the race to 11 for the most important pool crown in the world.
Third frame, Chris Melling to break. 1 frame all.
Well, Chris has just seen a break and finish from the Tornado. And he's got one off the break, and it looked like he put a little bit more into that one, didn't it, Lisa?
Yellow ball's potted.
Yeah, I think Chris has shown us he can really break well. He seems to have the same break every time, and most of the time it was working for him.
Red ball's nominated.
Mark alluded to how fast both these players play. I think Chris can take a lot of players off their game with the speed that he can deliver the knockout punch, but I don't think that's going to affect Jason Twist. He's a very fast player too. You don't get the nickname Tornado unless you can move through the balls.
Well, I just thought Chris Melling was going to roll that yellow and play the one he's kicked off the rail down into the bottom right-hand corner. But there goes the greedy boy himself. Sometimes tries to do too much in one shot. But at the moment, he's firing on all cylinders. That little bump worked out well, Jim, didn't it?
Yes, this is perfect again. And what kind of a response is this to Jason Twist? I'm not sure that took a minute. 2-1, Chris Melling. And don't blink or you're apt to miss a couple frames in this final. It's a race to 11, best of 21. And Chris Melling 2-1 in front of last year's champion, Jason Twist. Frame 4 already. Jason Twist breaks off. Yellow down.
Well, I think he'll be taking the reds. Reds look pretty easy for Jason. It's incredible. These two are just like going at it toe to toe out there. Jason Twist knows he can't afford to let Chris Melling go full steam ahead at him. I'm sure he's going to take the reds. If he just drops one in the center pocket.
Yellow ball's in play.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Well, who am I to second guess a world champion, but...
I was just going to say, I tend not to argue with a two-time world champion. But the yellows don't look too bad, Tony.
Well, I fancied the reds because the first part was a lot easier. Jason just knocked in that yellow into the center pocket like it wasn't there. And that's a lovely controlled shot there from the Tornado. And what a start to this match. It's incredible stuff.
The one time Chris Melling won this, he defeated Rob McKenna in the final, 11-10. That was an epic battle of two players that volleyed at each other like this. but I'm not sure even McKenna went through the balls as quick as Jason Twist is right now. This is unbelievable stuff. The 8 down, and just like that, it's 2 apiece. Fantastic standard of play here in Blackpool. Melling took the first, and they have exchanged frames ever since.
Chris Melling to break, 2 frames all.
Not an empty seat in sight as Chris Melling sets up to break off in frame 5.
Well, which one of these two is going to crack first, Tony? He almost has to take yellow simply because the yellow is guarding the top pocket after this break off. Red into the top right.
Yellow balls nominated. Yellow balls in play.
Well, like you say, Jim, who is going to crack first? Because this is incredible stuff. Do you reckon we could go 10 all with 10 8-ballers each?
Well, I just fear the worst for the fans. They're not going to have a chance to get their seats warm.
Timeout.
And there are no empty seats in this arena.
There's Melvin Harley, the referee for this final. Just collecting the rest for Chris Melling. Not the only one that wants a rest. We could do with coming up for air after this.
Melling looking to join both Jason Twist and Rob McKenna as the only 2-time champions.
Just taking a mickey now, Chris. Now, I mean, he could have just screwed that cue ball back 7-8 inches, but no, he pull it right into the rail and back again. It's the prettier way. Likes a bit of the scenic route as Melling. And he's perfect on the 8-ball.
Possibly believe that this standard can be maintained.
Jason Twist to break, trailing 3 frames to 2.
Nothing in for Twist. Melling straight out of his seat. Is this the first sign that somebody's going to get more than 1 frame away? Close with the yellow in the left-hand centre. And Lisa, can you see an end to this attacking pool?
Well, I'm just mesmerised at it at the moment. It doesn't look like either of them are just going to miss, and it is going to be down to the break. And as you said, we're just going to see 8-ball after 8-ball.
You know what's even harder to believe, Lisa? This is the final. They're playing like they would in an exhibition. That was something with you and Sue playing in your final. I mean, we obviously had the 2 fastest lady players in the world playing in that final, and I bet we might have the 2 fastest men players here.
Yeah, they just make us look so slow, I think.
Certainly that score. I had to give my co-commentator a little jab there because the basher's been known to fly around the table too.
Just a few moons ago. But what a great shot there by Melling, kicks out the 8-ball. Seem to remember you playing snooker once a while ago, Jim, wasn't it? Wasn't that when dinosaurs roamed the earth?
I was your grandfather's favorite player, Tony. Eight down, and Melling for the first time goes 2 clear, simply because the break deserted Jason Twist. 4-2, Chris Melling. 4-2, all set to break now. Frame number 7.
And now it's Melling's turn not to get a ball off the break. And just look at the reds.
Open table.
As the world champion Jason Twist comes galloping out of his seat. We'll have another look at Melling's break. You see the cue ball bouncing again. It's incredible. We've seen so many cue balls bouncing around the table, but not one's come off yet.
Big chance for Jason, and I know it's still early days in this best of 21 final, but you get the feeling already that there's a sense of urgency in this visit. Takes on added significance.
Jason Twist has missed a ball you would expect to knock in all week long.
Yellow ball's in play.
Just about fluked the red, Tony, didn't he? Top red.
That's an incredible miss there. You wouldn't expect it from Jason Twist. Do you think he's feeling a bit of the pressure there, Lisa?
Yeah, I think the pressure Chris puts anyone under, really. It's hard to sort of keep your concentration. I think he's put the red over the pocket and covered the yellow, though, at the end of the table. So Chris will probably try and develop that.
You know, when sometimes you're playing, you know, you've been going break and finish it against each other, like, you know, exchanging the frames, and all of a sudden one play gets away, and you're the 1-2 frames behind. All of a sudden that can affect you in the head, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. It puts the pressure on. You know, you're playing well yourself, but when your opponent's just not missing, it's so hard to play catch up.
I don't think Chris Melling has seen a... Oh, there you see the English team, the winning English team.
They're incredibly lucky in the team event, Jim.
Well, you put up a game fight, Tony, you and your countrymen, it has to be said. You bring a lot of emotion. You bring a lot of emotion to the team, and there's the English side. Lisa?
Yeah, that's all the girls. We've managed to retain the title this year, so we're pretty happy.
As we look at this table, the problem for Chris Melling is the yellow up at the top of the table. And it's going to be a bigger problem now because he's just ended up super glued to it.
I don't know whether this yellow is even on now.
Well, there you can see it's not a touching ball. So Chris Melling will have to play into this yellow first. As you can see the one down at the bottom of the table. Well, there you see, he could get through.
And I think he just stopped the cue ball in time to leave that yellow in the right center. But his path to get through to that awkward yellow. I wonder if he bumped that red. Sorry, Tony. I wonder if he bumped that red in the previous shot far enough to leave that yellow top left now.
Just about to say the same thing, Jim. The yellow passes the red into the top left-hand corner.
It must not be, Tony, the way he's playing this yellow. He's playing this yellow to the corner. Well, having said that, look at this finish again.
Well, he's getting down to play, and yes, he's got half a pocket. And that's all he needed, Chris Melling. What a finish there from the young man from Yorkshire.
How can you possibly withstand an onslaught the like of which Chris Melling has thrown Jason Twist's way? 5-2 now, the scoreline. Melling looking unstoppable. Chris just loves it out there.
Jason Twist to break.
He's in an area where he feels very comfortable and is in total control of not only his game but his emotions. And Jason Twist has to contend with that as he breaks off in frame 8. Every miss has been duly punished. There haven't been many, but Chris Melling hasn't needed many mistakes. Another look at the break off. He got one on the break here.
Red ball's in play.
And I think the time has arrived for Jason Twist to stand up and be counted.
Tell you what, any more pace on that red then, and that wouldn't have gone in the pocket. So what do you do, Lisa, against a man like Melling, the way he's playing?
You've just got to take your chances when you get them. I think this frame is so crucial for Jason, really. He's 5-2 down, and he's not really struggling. It's just Chris is playing so well, and he's just got to take his chances and just hang in there, really.
It is the sort of game, though, Poole, isn't it? Guys, you play at this level, and I was just about to say that you can't help but feel the pressure when your opponent is playing the way that Chris Melling is. And that, again, might be another indication of it. You'd never see Jason Twist miss balls like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, these two just played in a televised final about 3 or 4 months ago. And Melling absolutely caned Twist 10 frames to 2. And I wonder if that's in the back of Jason Twist's mind. And it was more or less very similar to this. It was Melling running around the table and leaving Jason sat in his seat, and the match was like over in something like 58 minutes. It's ridiculous. That's a very clever shot there from Jason Twist. Bringing the cue ball back and getting his red over that bottom right-hand corner.
This might be a good ploy for Jason. He's missed a couple of balls the last couple of frames, and I think maybe to try and slow Chris down isn't a bad option.
Chris thinks so quickly, though. I've noticed even having him here in commentary and listening to the way that he alludes to what he thinks the players are going to be doing. He seems to strategize so quickly. Well, he's played the snooker here, obviously trying to get the 2 fouls. Just got a cushion with that yellow.
Total snooker.
Ideally, what I want to do in a minute, Chris Melling, will be to play the yellow nearest to the right-hand cushion at the bottom, just to the right of the 8 ball, and pot Jason Twist red that's over this corner, and leave the yellow in front of the black, and that will put Chris Melling in complete control. He's having a look at it. You see, you've got to have the right angle. You want to be really like dead straight behind it, so you can just sort of like stun it in, so the yellow then gets topspin on and just goes forward a bit. There you see he's got the yellow in front of the 8.
2 visits.
He's a bit concerned. He's wondering if he's left a gap into that corner. As you can see, there is a red situated in that area. This is the shot he wanted to play, but he wanted the yellow right over the pocket.
Well, there's not much of a gap.
No, I don't think that one goes in, Jim. If anything, it double kisses yellow into the pocket and creates a foul. And Jason Twist could be in a bit of trouble in this frame.
50 seconds.
I think he's going to just try and pot his reds in and somehow waste a visit, getting that 8 ball out and getting into a position where he can pot it with his second visit. Easier said than done, bearing in mind the situation it's sat in.
Well, he's obviously taking the reds off the table, Tony, so he's got something in mind. Nothing jumping out at me as to what he can do with that 8 in terms of developing it.
I wonder if he's going to come off the bottom rail. There you see he's queuing to see if he can blast into this 8 ball, get the 8 ball out of there without knocking the yellow in. And he did as well. What a great shot from Jason Twist.
Second visit in, and he's got a shot at the 8.
Tell you what, does he ever need this black to go in at the moment, Twist?
And go in it did. Pulls one back. The defending champion won't go away. 5-3, Chris Melling over Jason Twist.
Good reply from the reigning world champion. Mind you, Lee, he has missed a couple.
Yeah, he's missed 3 big balls. He's got away with 1 of them so far, and Chris hasn't missed a ball, so...
I mean, Chris is playing perfect pool.
Perfect pool, taking every chance that's been given him, and some that aren't being given him as well.
And he's the kind of player that can keep that up for 21 frames.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Incredible stuff. Jason Twist, then, from now on, basically just cannot afford to miss a ball.
Correct.
The tactical side of the game almost irrelevant.
It is in this match because you're 2 potting machines.
Absolutely incredible match. Melling about to get this frame underway, leading 5 frames to 3.
9th frame, Chris Melling to break, leading 5 frames to 3.
Already in the 9th frame. If you had trouble finding a parking spot outside, you've probably missed all 9.
Seen a way the cue ball stopped there. Melling's breaking. Got that much spin on the white. Cue bends in the club. Just watch your cue ball shoot back and then stop dead. It's like somebody just whacked a handbrake on it. Look at that.
More importantly, a ball off the break, Tony. And in prime position now to regain that 3-frame advantage.
That cue ball was like Tiger Woods firing one in the 9th green at Augusta.
30 seconds.
Red ball's in play.
Well, this one looks to be all over as well, as Melling slows himself down to really fast.
It's quite amazing how these players can just break off and you just see that the frame's finished before it's even started, really. You just don't see him missing. It's just incredible.
Just the standard of play, Lisa, and how much it's gone up over the last few years.
I reckon the pockets have just got bigger, Jim.
You just keep thinking that, Tony.
It's getting worse now. I'm having to get around the table in installments.
I think the pockets only get bigger when the men are playing, so.
Is that the pockets or the mouths? And this is just world class from Chris Melling. Easy 8-ball in the corner.
Deposited. There is nothing that Jason Twist can do about that. A break and finish from Melling, and that's how he replies to the 1-frame Jason Twist wins. 6-3, again, the 3-frame comfort zone.
Tenth frame. Jason Twist to break, trailing 6 frames to 3.
Jason Twist all set. Frame number 10. Just about knocked the cue ball in.
Well, the only bonus there for Jason, I think he's going to take the reds. Bean, if for the only reason, there's a red ball sat right up on the top rail that's easily attainable. They see that white ball.
Red ball's in play.
Very, very close to going in off. Jason seems to just be a bit under the weather at the moment. He's slowed down now considerably, Lisa, isn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's just the pressure he's under, I think. It sounds stupid to say every frame he's playing, he's just got to take his chances. You know, he has made just maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, and Chris is just punishing him, and he's just got to try and finish from here, I think.
The fear of knowing if you do miss, it's going to cost you that frame and possibly more has to weigh on his mind, too.
Great shot there from Jason. Now he's got to play this red ball at the bottom of the table. Seem to remember him missing a black in his semi-final that's similar to this. But learnt his lesson. And it's absolutely perfect now. He's got the red in the centre of the table up into the top right-hand corner. And again, Jason Twist is showing his World Championship qualities. Fantastic pull from the Tornado.
Consolation for Twist. Melling can't play any better. And yet he's only 2 frames adrift. 6-4 with 10 in the books here in Blackpool.
The reigning world champion still in touch, but the talking point, obviously, Chris Melling. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. He's 6 finishes. I don't know how many times he's done them off the break. Fantastic pull.
He has not missed a single ball.
No. He's oddly been out of position as well.
It's fascinating. In his quarter-final match against Keith Brewer, it was exactly the same as this. He was absolutely incredible. Didn't miss a ball. Semi-final match, without any disrespect to Steve Monroe, he couldn't pot a ball for 6 or 7 of those frames. Why was that?
I think the difference was Steve put him under pressure and he was a massive favourite for that match. So to actually be put with the problem with Steve Monroe coming at him, He expects Jason to come at him. He knows he's got to bring his A game.
So the pressure's almost reversed, if you like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to show you the last 4 shots of Jason Twist, just winning that last frame. A very big frame for him. He had to do it, didn't he?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on that pot. He's missed a couple of those this week. And pots a good long red into the top pocket. Comes back, nice little nudge on the black. Simple now. Roll the red in. An easy 8 ball.
A frame that Jason Twist had to win. Chris Melling for me, though, I know I'm going on about Chris Melling a lot, but Chris Melling for me, he seems to love the packed house, and he's always trying to entertain.
He is the entertainer. He doesn't realise there's cameras out there, I don't think.
He's looking across at Jason all the time, laughing his head off. To me, it almost feels like he thinks he's definitely going to win this match.
Oh, he 100% believes he's going to win it, and he thinks that no one's going to take the world title off him. But Jason's a world champion, so he ain't better think.
Absolutely, let's not forget that. Jason Twist has been in to create history, become the first player ever to successfully defend this title. We're going to take a short break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes' time. Welcome back to the final of the Embassy Whirlpool Championships here in Blackpool. Chris Melling leading 6-4 over Jason Twist. Lee Kendall's with me in the studio. In many ways, Jason Twist can't be that disappointed. Chris Melling has not missed a ball.
Chris Melling's been brilliant in the match so far. He's not missed a ball, so Jason at 6-4 will be very pleased.
Do you think ultimately Chris Melling is going to miss a ball?
He'll miss a ball at some point in the match, but I think it all depends on how much pressure Jason can put on Chris Melling now.
There's a big psychological battle as well, isn't there? For me at the moment, Melling is controlling this match.
He's controlling it by not missing. Jason's missed 3 pots, and he's only 6-4 down, so he's not out of it yet.
There's a long way to go. It's the first to 11. I'll hand you back to our commentary team, Jim White.
11th frame. Chris Melling.
Well, it remains to be seen whether or not Chris Melling will miss a ball. We're in frame number 11 of a possible 21. Ball in off the break. Almost the white ball as well.
Red ball spotted.
Coming down the home stretch now in the Embassy World Final men's singles. And Chris Melling looking to unseat the defending champion Jason Twist. 6-4 he leads as we again see the break off.
Great pot there from Melling. And Chris Melling has been nothing but superb and awesome all the way through this match. But what a credit to Jason Twist. Anybody else that would have played Melling in this sort of form would have been, well, it could have been like the match could have been over by now.
Yes, Lisa and I were talking about that earlier, Tony. How many players, Lisa, would have succumbed to this onslaught that Melling has thrown their way?
Yeah, I think it just goes to show what a great player Jason is, and at the end of the day, he is still the current world champion, and he's not going to just lie down and let Chris just have this. So I think there's still plenty of pool left.
Well, for Jason Twist fans, we certainly hope so, because that 8 is already down, and once again, 7-4, the 3-frame cushion arrives for Chris Melling.
12th frame. Jason Twist to break. Trailing
As
7
Jason
frames to
Twist
4.
comes to break off in frame number 12, I'm not sure if the frame takes longer than the rack. Ball down off the break. Jason Twist, as he has been so often already in this final, is called upon to reply in the only way that he knows how.
And reply he has to. This frame, I think, is a must for Jason Twist. You'd be looking at the reds.
Red ball's in play.
Just got one sticky one on the cushion you can see next to his hand. For Jason Twist. I mean, but isn't, what can you do with Melling? Lisa, I mean, what can you do with him?
Maybe just tie him up and shove him around the corner, I think, because right now I just do not know what you can do. Jason's just got to try and break and hope to get a ball in, and like he's trying now, just finish whenever he gets a chance. But he's playing catch-up, and Chris doesn't look like missing off the break, so I don't really know what he can do.
Yes, a little gum on the soles of the shoe wouldn't hurt either. Great shot, that one from Jason Twist. All remaining 3 reds pretty much in the open, but this was one that looked like it was going to pose some problems. Not today. His focus has remained, even though, as Lee Kendall was saying, he's missed a few balls and found himself only 6-4 down. He doesn't want to continue with that 1, 2, or even 3 frame deficit right through to the final, because a loss is a loss is a loss. Doesn't matter how you slice it.
Digging deep into the cue ball. It's a Devonian. Lives in Ilfracombe, Devon. Just looking now to see where he wants to get the cue ball for the 8. Wants to play it into the right-hand centre, so he's going to play the red ball to the bottom right-hand corner. Plenty of top on the cue ball just to run it through. Well, I believe he's actually lined himself up to play the double. Brave shot.
And fortune favors the brave. Jason Twists completes the clearance, pulls one back, frame 12 his way, 7-5 adrift of Chris Melling. Good performance, that one from the Tornado. And obviously not wanting to force that cue ball down too far. He's played very well all tournament when confronted with doubles, hasn't he, Lisa?
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen him miss one double into a middle pocket. He just gets down and knocks them in like they're over the pocket. I've never seen anyone play quite so well with doubles.
13th frame, Chris Melling to break, leading 7 frames to 5.
Well, now does Chris Melling have his sights on the trophy? Frame 13. Red down. There's nothing you can do if you don't get to the table. And that's been the problem for Jason Twist. Melling's break has been working. And he's been holding serve virtually throughout this final. Problem area at the bottom as we look. He's got the yellows nearest the bottom right corner. I think he's elected yellows, if I'm not mistaken.
30 seconds.
Well, he didn't want to catch the jaw with that cue ball. You see he's got a trickier position shot now. What if he's going to... He's lining up a 4-ball plant now into the bottom right-hand corner. There you see he's just got rid of a little speck on the cloth that's obviously in his line of vision.
Well, he's owns that pocket now, Tony, and we've got a staggering fact for you in terms of how fast the pace has been here in this match. Would you believe 8 of the first 12 frames played have been under 2 minutes? And 2 of them have been just over 1 minute. But not one frame has even seen 5 minutes in this final. They have been flying around the table.
The amazing thing is they're not just fast players. They don't make mistakes either. I mean, you'd expect mistakes to come when you're playing fast, but it's just natural for them. They just don't miss.
What a shot that was. Cleared the pocket for the other yellow.
What a fantastic shot there from Chris Melling. Unbelievable. There's not many players that would actually attempt at that. But Melling, he just doesn't care.
Won't be happy with that. He's still got that yellow that he's got to contend with near the bottom of the table. We've talked about it so often, the standard that these two, they're firing rockets at each other. I mean, Lisa, is it foolish to believe that they can keep this standard up?
I think they will. I just think they're just so confident and so confident in their own ability. Nothing's phasing them. You know, the crowds, obviously it's a packed house out there, but it just doesn't bother them. It's just so impressive.
And Chris Melling's left that one a little short. Thin cut now into the top left-hand corner. He's got to watch his belly over them balls. What a great shot. And he's perfect on the 8. Incredible shot from Melling.
I don't think anybody in Blackpool has ever seen pool the like of what we're being treated to here today. Chris Melling, again, 3 frames clear. 8-5, and watch just 3 more for the title. And already frame 14, Jason Twist crashes into the triangle of colors. And thankfully for Jason, a ball down.
Red ball potted.
Well, when Chris Melling's in this sort of mood,
Red ball's in
he's
play.
just taking pool to a different level altogether. So we see Jason Twist break.
Yeah, Jason's definitely got a good finish on here. He definitely expects to clear up from here. Reds are obviously all sitting pretty at the moment, and he's just got to negotiate away onto the black.
Yes, and I don't see any problems here. I think this is really the mark of the man that he's even staying in this match.
Well, he's not the reigning Embassy World Champion for nothing. But he's going to have to play the game of his life if he's to hang on to his crown.
The pressure of the World Final. And they say pressure creates diamonds. And you're seeing 2 brilliant diamonds on center stage here in Blackpool. 8 down, Twist replies, break and finish, 8-6 to Chris Melling.
th frame, Chris Melling to break, leading 8 frames to 6.
Frame 15, pure brilliance at the table from both players. Scintillating stuff. Ball down off the break for Chris Melling.
Red ball potted.
When does he let up? Quite possibly when he's won the 11th frame.
So you never thought about taking this 8 ball up then, Jim? You know, after your illustrious snooker career.
Please.
I know you're a few years old now, and you know, maybe this is a game for you to play.
Time running.
Yeah, I've got quite a comfortable chair right here. Tony, how's yours feel?
Mine's fine, Jim.
I'm not sure
Yellow
that
ball's
Jim
nominated.
would really want to
50
keep up with
seconds.
Chris right now on the pace.
Yeah, my heart wouldn't stand it, Lisa. It's like being dragged around. Well, I think you can mark that one down.
Open table.
He's human.
I do remember somebody saying to me once that you were that old, Jim, that you were on the guest list for Noah's Ark. That's an unbelievable miss there from Chris Melling. I mean,
A surprising miss.
What do you think now? I mean, you watch Chris Melling play and you just think they'll put everything on the table. Off the lampshades, it doesn't matter, does it?
Open table.
Uh,
They've just caught the disease, Jim.
I think that was a big chance for Jason there. He could have capitalised. You got to feel for him a bit.
Well, it would have been foolish to believe that they could have maintained that standard throughout. And I mean, this is just one frame. Let's face it, they've got 14 in the books. And this just could be a slight hiccup.
Red balls
And
in
no
play.
more. Red balls in play for Chris Melling.
Just look at the determination there in Chris Melling's eyes.
He's got a nice angle here, Tony. You can see he can take that cue ball into that yellow, just feather that red into the open.
Well, that red still passed into the right-hand centre, but he didn't want to kick it there, did he?
Didn't really need to hit it with quite so much pace, I didn't think.
The thing is, Jim, is the cue action that Chris has, it's a long looping cue action, and when he does actually strike the ball, sometimes he generates too much power with it. I mean, there's no one in the ladies' game, Lisa, with a cue action like that, is there?
No, I don't think so. I'd love to have a cue action like that, but no, I have to make do with what I've got, really. Jason really will be kicking himself. I know it wasn't an easy chance, but it's a chance he had to take, I think, for this frame.
Just look how far he pulls the cue ball back.
Cue ball.
And there you are again. Again, he pulled. You see how far he pulled the cue back before he struck it?
Yellow balls in play.
Generated too much power. Pulls it right back a long, long way.
A shock wave went through the arena there. I mean, they just haven't seen any mistakes from Melling whatsoever. And here in frame 15, 2 unforced errors.
Well, Melling got away quite early on. He got his 2-frame lead, but the last 7 frames have just gone backwards and forwards, have been winning them to and fro. And is this the chance for Jason Twist to maybe sort of break back, if you like, with the service?
Yeah, this is definitely the chance. Jason's going to be sort of on top in the sort of confidence now. He struggled a bit early on, but he's definitely got a good chance to go nearer to Chris now.
No one has ever won the Embassy World title more than twice. Chris Melling looking to join Jason Twist and Rob McKenna on that pedestal, and Jason Twist looking to set himself apart.
And also Jason Twist lost in the final in 1995 to Daz Ward as well. So it's a record number of finals now, I think, for Jason.
The 8th down, Twist remains steadfast. Now just 1 frame adrift, 8-7 to Chris Melling.
Well, Melling still looks pretty cool in his seat.
16th frame, Jason Twist to break.
Jason Twist comes
trailing 8 frames to 7.
to break off in the 16th frame. Would love a ball right here. He's made 2 reds in the same corner pocket, and also a 3rd red has gone down in the bottom left.
Red ball's potted.
Half the job's done already. Should he choose to take reds anyway?
Well, it's all going to depend as we see the break again, whether or not he's got an easy starting red.
Again, the way these two are playing, you'd expect Jason to finish from here. If we can get 8-all, it'll be back to a best of 5, I think. So it's looking good for an 8-all.
And in fairness, Lisa, to me, that would put the pressure squarely on Chris Melling's shoulders because he has done so little wrong.
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, he'll be annoyed at himself for screwing it off in the last frame, but apart from that, like you say, he just doesn't look like missing. And to be 8-all with someone is going to make yourself, you know, wonder what's going on, really.
Jason Twist, the only player for me on this planet that could have stayed with Chris Melling the way that Melling played.
See a lot of top and left-hand side there on that cue ball. In fact, it's actually come a little bit too straight. Going to be playing his next shot from on the cushion. Now playing the plant in the corner. Keeping hold of cue ball now is the key. Great shot.
Just using the black to hold position on the yellow, but can he get back now for the black? If he's straight on this, his positional options are going to be very limited.
I just think Jason came around to look to see if the 8-ball goes off the red in the right-hand centre pocket.
Well, another option, Tony, if he could raise the back end of his cue and draw back to that right cushion, that 8 may be available top left. Just
30
depends where he
seconds.
draws this to. Yeah, he's going to be playing off the red into the middle pocket. No choice.
Well, this is a nervy one now for Jason Twist. This is the making of champions, should he get it. Well, I thought it was in.
Red ball's in play.
I'm sure Jason did. But it's still on the table, and now Chris Melling. Well, that could be a major turning point of the entire match there.
What could have been had he pulled back to 8 frames apiece. Well, it's a big if. Melling still with a little work to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a bit rash, to say the least. He's got away with it. But I'm sure his heart was in his mouth as that cue ball came flying across the table. And again, it's not ideal.
He's missed it. Well, I don't think Chris thought that ball was in. We certainly didn't. 8 down, and you can see he did not think that ball was going to drop. 9-7, Chris Melling over Jason Twist. Frame 17 sees Chris Melling back at the table. 2 balls down, 3 balls down.
Red and yellow balls potted.
And at 9-7, he can really tighten the screws now on Twist.
Yeah, Chris is looking very confident again now. I don't think he expected to get another chance in that last frame, and now he has, and with a 9-7 lead, he's definitely looking favourite.
Well, should just be left with the easy stuff now for Melling to do here. Jason Twist must feel like he's been kicked in the teeth, because he can slowly see his world crown being snatched away from him.
Yeah, I know what that feels like. It's not the best feeling, but the way Chris is playing, you know, he's just got to hold his hands up and say, well played.
Chris Melling makes this game look too easy. It's ridiculous.
8 down, 10-7, Melling over Twist. 1 more required for the Magician to gain his 2nd Embassy World title. And Jason Twist will be breaking off in frame number 18. And Chris knows now that he will get at least 2 more breakoffs with a chance to secure the crown. That last frame took all of 1 minute and 10 seconds.
I think the performance that Jason's put up in this match, really, if he wasn't playing Chris and he was playing anyone else on the planet, he'd probably be world champion after this match. It's just to say how good Chris
Jason
is.
Twist to break, trailing 10 frames to 7.
The tornado has to blow hard now. Frame number 18. Ball down off the break. And it's an old cliche, off time used. But his back is firmly up against it now.
Big test now for Jason. The biggest test
Red
of his
in play.
entire career. Selected to take the reds. And this is a finish that early in the match you'd expect just to waltz through these balls and knock them in. But now when you know that 1 miss could be your last shot in the championships, makes these balls look 20 times harder.
He's got 1 foot on a banana peel, Tony, and the other out of the tournament. He can't afford any more mistakes. And you don't have to tell him that. And as I said earlier, he may not even have a say in what happens. Even should he complete the clearance here and get to 10-8, Melling has 2 breakoffs with the chance to win it.
Well, he can get through to the red at the bottom, but he'd like to be right behind it and just look where he's finished. There you see he can still pot the red, but it's a lot harder than it should have been, and he's also got to get position on the black.
Yellow balls
One
in
bad
play.
positional shot could be the memory that Twist takes away from Blackpool in 2003. Sorry, Lisa, I was just about to say, has he played his last shot in this year's event?
Time running.
I think so. I don't see any way back from this. Chris is not going to make a mistake from here.
Well, Chris Melling has the balls here to win the 2003 Embassy World title.
And everything invitingly placed for Melling. I think in about 30 more seconds, Tony, you're going to be able to count it.
Now as he's bubbling inside, Chris Melling. And Jason Twist is watching the final 2 balls go in before he has to give his crown to Chris Melling. And what a superb performance from Melling.
A performance worthy of a champion. The emotion explodes. The magician from Keighley, Chris Melling, has just secured the Embassy 2003 Whirlpool Championship, his 2nd world title. And what a performance from Chris Melling. 11-7 it'll read. And that was Chris Melling's mother, the first to congratulate her champion son.
What a wonderful exhibition of 8-ball by Chris Melling. Incredible stuff, Lee.
Yeah, he played brilliant. He probably missed 2 balls the whole match, and over 21 frames, it's a fantastic standard.
Is it fair to say that he has taken 8-ball to another level?
He played excellent. It was a different class, and you've got to give Jason credit. He pushed him all the way.
Well, there was a big shot, wasn't there, for Jason? If he'd knocked the black into the centre pocket, could have been level pegging, could have changed the game.
Within 2 minutes, he's 10-7 down.
I mean, the speed that he plays is absolutely phenomenal, but I'm sure that all he's interested in is getting his hands on the money and the trophy, so I'll hand you over to Alan Hughes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been treated as one of the most exciting and entertaining world finals of all time. Can I ask you to show your appreciation to the touch and talent of these 2 brilliant young stars? Thank you very much indeed. Now, first of all, to the loser, and really there wasn't a loser tonight, but I don't know what to say to you. What went wrong? Nothing went wrong, did it?
No, I didn't feel as if I played too bad. I missed a few in the first session, but I was just hanging on to his coattails. He played awesome, flawless pool, really. And
you didn't play so bad yourself, I can assure you. You didn't do a lot. In fact, the first 10 frames took 25 minutes. Very likely my introductions took longer than that.
Well, it's the Tornado and the Magician. I think Paul Daniels can learn a few tricks from him, though.
I'm sure he can, but you won't have any heartaches about tonight, really, will you? You've played really, really well, and you've lost to a great player.
No, obviously you're disappointed when you lose, but I've lost to a worthy champion, and my hat off to him. He played brilliant.
Right, well now... Right, well now over to Speedy Gonzalez. What can we say to you? I mean, have you ever played better than that?
I played exactly like that against Keith Brewer in the quarterfinals. I didn't miss a ball. I mean, I've missed 2 balls there, and it's similar to when I beat Rob McKenna. I mean, to play Jason in a final, he's a reigning world champion. I couldn't ask for anybody better to play, and we've played each other in the last 3 TV event finals, so it shows that he's a class player, and there's a lot of class players about, and you've got to play a brilliant pool to win.
Well, you played brilliant pool because, you know, it was 15 frames before you missed the ball.
I felt hard done by, really, because I was 6-4 up at the interval, and I felt I'd been hard done by. You know, I just couldn't do anything wrong, and I'm 6-4 up, and I'm thinking anybody else, and I'd be 8-2 up.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, you're delighted to be a champion once again, and second time, the Embassy World Champion, and where are you going from here?
Well, I'm on the main snooker circuit in September. I qualified back again, won one of the tournaments to get back on. So I'm going to give snooker a go, but I'm always going to play pool. You know, I've always played it all my life, and I'm going to carry on playing it.
Let me tell you, Chris, pool needs you. Believe me, it does. It needs players like you and players like this young man here. Brilliant young players coming through. That's what this game is all about. And I can say that because I'm a lot older than him. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your appreciation, 2 players, a wonderful final. Right, well now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wages time. Can I ask you to welcome, please, the presentation party consisting of Peter Manzi, Marketing Manager, Imperial Tobacco Limited, accompanied by our Tournament Director, George Harwood. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, to the runner-up is a cheque for £5,000. Our congratulations for a wonderful tournament goes to Jason Twist. Now to the winner. It is a cheque for £10,000, the trophy and the title of this year's Embassy 8-Ball Pool Champion, and it goes to Chris Melling. Chris Melling, ladies and gentlemen.
What a great finish to what has been a wonderful event. Jason Twist sat in his chair there, mouthing the word young. I want to say a big thank you to a young Lee Kendall. Are you going to be back next year?
I'll be trying again, but hopefully I won't be playing one of these 2 players.
It has been absolutely brilliant. Chris Melling is the Embassy World Pool Champion of 2003. From all of us here in Blackpool, thanks for watching. Goodbye.